What's up, people? One Nut Punch here. So we're going back to Dead Grid, and I want to talk a little bit about the card battle turn-based RPG, where you're a mercenary killing zombies to get supplies and better gear, so that you can do harder missions on the future, and hopefully get a full five-man squad, because you have to go and discover more locations in order to unlock it. That being said, update number 2 came out of today, July 23rd, 2022. Adam Boyd put out a bunch of new shit from region noise to survivor assignments, mercenaries getting changed a bit, new tactician passive ability, duplicate card stacking and gear management, new horde mechanic, and consumable upgrades. So let's go ahead and go down the list first with region noise. Noise in general is kind of weird in Dead Grid to where this goes off of whatever your mercenary does. That could be from firing a bullpup slash a machine gun to throwing dynamite to even attacking at melee, but that could be reduced with tactician cards or like other items in the game when you pick up. Then, of course, you have the valuables you can get to trade at the trader that will give you more supply or more money. And then, of course, these event cards that will pop up. These only happen once per turn. The region noise, however, this is the entire time you're in combat. Until combat is over, it doesn't go away. It said in the patch notes, all generated or reduced noise during a mission is now tracked and consolidated at the end of the spawn, a random game modifier. These modifiers are similar to the event cards drawn in combat, but last the entire span of your next mission instead of a single turn. So kind of like an event, but the entire way. Then you have the survivor assignments. The design of the region has always been to provide a set themed mission location, offering different environments, enemy types, and varied loot. To expand on this further, I've added a new system called assignments. You can think of assignments as jobs given by survivors to collect items, kill specific enemies, and interact with unique area objects. Basically, in short, it means that it's like the intel, but these are not like getting 15% off the store or getting another mercenary to join your cause. It's mostly when you complete the mission, they give you a high grade item or a bunch of supply for it. It really depends upon the reward. Like, for example, Slade has his custom pistol or his axe. Not a great item to have, especially when you're really high level in squad power. Like mine is 70, but I put maybe almost 20, 25 hours into the game. So, I mean, it's still in development there. Then, of course, you have the mercenaries. Due to popular requests, mercenaries can now be removed from the mission squad while keeping their equipped gear. This is enabled by default and is toggled in squad management. In addition, equipped accessories and gadgets are now always shown on the Merc cards. Meaning, if you get rid of your mercenary in the squad and you put them in the resting and you switch them out, their loadout will always stay whatever it is until you go ahead and bring them back out again. So it always keeps their preset loadouts regardless of whatever you do. That was also a nice feature. Then, of course, the Tactician passive ability. Having at least one Tactician Merc in play increases your maximum hand size from 6 to 7, allowing you to keep more cards in hand every turn. Pretty nice for the Tacticians. Then, of course, the duplicate card stacking management. Duplicate cards now stack, which should help reduce some of the clutter in your arsenal. Keep in mind, weapons must be the same name and item level to stack, otherwise it would be difficult to manage and equip or selling. And it does get kind of weird because I'm not used to them all stacking when I have like 15 expired food or like 20 medical kits. I don't know if I have that many because I didn't really see a number next to it, so it's just a matter of how much you could sell. Still, it's a nice feature, and it's a lot better than seeing like my entire page full of rusty lockpicks rather than like 4 or 5 guns and then some other stuff next to it. Then, of course, the new horde mechanic. Active hordes now affect nearby region locations. When playing a mission affected by a nearby horde, extra enemies can be alerted to join your imminent threat. Again, like I said earlier with the noise threat. The higher the noise, the more zombies will join. So if you decide you want to say, screw it, I don't want to use melee or the durability of my weapons are gone, then you just throw dynamite. Maybe you can call the initiative, scream them to come out, shoot your guns off, because you do use ammunition for the guns, or the durability of the weapon gets worse. So it really depends on the mission, the power, the gear, and it does help with the extra stuff too, like if you use walkie-talkies, area maps, and then of course your own mercenary skill. This is kind of the whole RPG aspect to it. They are cards, per se, the skills you use. Like, for example, Sashimi, one of my favorite cards, because that card in particular lets you multi-attack a zombie. So, for example, if I use it on a Hudson and I use Pummel, it does 200% damage increase and does critical damage on them. So, it's a really nice thing to have when you have, of course, the attack cards and then your own mercenary cards that have their own skills on top of it. The consumable upgrades, many consumable items such as ammo and healing cards can now be upgraded into more beneficial variants. Not all consumables can be mitigated or migrated yet, and the trade values will be more balanced. Meaning, let's say, for example, you have 2 small medkits. You can morph them into 1 large medkit. Same thing for the ammunition. Or if you want to do like pills, maybe even a greater pill. Not every single one of them will be, of course, upgraded. It's just some of them. But at least now you don't have to worry about having 4 med kits and not having the space to get a bunch of other stuff, like getting stamina-based items, because your guys will be fatigued over time and will do less damage. So you have to keep their morale, stamina, their health, everything up. And I do like the, of course, update number 2 making a lot of the UI better. It's a lot more clear, colorful. I do like the, I think, searching of crates. The crates look more colorful with the food and everything. Also a nice touch, too. But anyway, I've been One Nut Punch, and this has been another video. It's always nice to see big-ass content updates for games like these, and I've been playing Dead Grid off and on for a little while. Seeing Update 2 and making the hordes a little bit more difficult. It's not just like they have really high health. It's also their frenzy makes them get more damage, or they get a, like, reduction in damage. It could be anything. But like I said, thanks for watching. I've been One Nut Punch, and I'll see y'all later.